All right, everyone, welcome to How Realtors Market Themselves on Social Media. And in today's class, what we're going to do is we're going to go over different tactics, types of content, strategies, different pieces, so that we can stand out on our social media platforms. And so what we know is we are going through a shift. In this market, we are seeing some things change, right? And for those that have been in here for a little while, we know that in 2017, it was make the decision right now. If you're going to write the offer, as soon as you walk through the front door, you were already competing with 12, 15 other offers, and you had to write their offer right then and there. And then as things were progressing, we got into this position to where we were collecting 20, 30 offers, $100,000 over asking, waiving contingencies. And now we're into this market where the right home is still getting multiple offers, and it has slowed down tremendously. So regardless of what kind of home that you're looking at. So Shift Tactic 6 talks about internet lead capture and conversion. And it says a lead is someone who is ready, willing, and able to do business now. So as we're going through, what the shift tactic tells us to do in this market is we must focus on the highly motivated leads and those that are ready, willing, and able before they migrate to another website or get caught up in a Facebook conversation that distracts them, or worse, leads them to another agent. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through, and we need to know a couple of things, right? We need to know our local market better than anyone. We need to understand the needs of the buyers and sellers in our area. We need to be able to use the web effectively to capture the quality and quantity of the queries that are coming in. We need to make a great first impression, and we need to have a system of follow-up on everyone that raises their hands. So guys, this is very, very important. As we're going through this and just making sure that we become the real estate economists of choice for our databases. So as we're going through and we're gathering all these different pieces of information, let's focus on the 4 C's. And this is still out of the Shift books. This is the jackpot of internet lead capture and conversion is a customer and potentially a customer for life. And the 4 C's that we need to work on: capture their interest, connect with them on a personal level, cultivate the business relationship over time, and convert them to an appointment. So as we're thinking about this, we're not going to ever be able to push someone in a direction that they don't want to be going in to begin with. And what I mean by that is that someone that has an interest in buying and selling in real estate, we just need to be making sure that we are offering them enough value so they see us as the real estate economist of choice and trust us to help them with their real estate transaction. So we need to capture their interest. And what we're putting on social media and online to get people to stop scrolling, because right, we're talking about social media. People are getting on their devices to be either distracted from what's going on in their day-to-day, but they're not really looking for a real estate agent, right? Like I've never got on Facebook and be like, you know, I'm looking for a new car today and I'm going to scroll through and hope that an ad drops on me, right? So we need to do something to interrupt their pattern and what they're doing in the day. So let's look at this. Your message needs to be positive, neutral, and full of value. So as we're going through here, right, you can see just a couple different pieces. Toasters make great housewarming gifts. False. A furnace best warms the house, right? So like, as we're going through, some of these are just fun and neutral. And you can see here, like, that's not full of value. And I'm not saying that all 3 of our pieces have to have all 3 of these, but we do need to be able to captivate the audience. I think of this market overview one that I have on here as well. let's not be this agent anymore. Can we all agree that there is zero value coming from a post like this? And what I mean by that is, yes, it is great to give out the information. It is helpful to know that the inventory's up and that the prices are down or that there are less closings. But guys, this is the thing, that data might mean something to us. Let's tell a better story. So this market overview piece that I constantly see on everyone's social media, and if you're one of these people, there's no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. But we need to go through and how can we make this post better? And while I did take the agent's name out of here, and it's none of the agents that are on this call right now, we need to be going through and tell a better story. The value is not just ripping an infographic on and throwing it out there to take mind share. What can we tell about this? What can we say about more homes are in the inventory, or more home inventory is on the market right now? How can we go through, tell a story, provide value so that when they're looking at this, we can actually help them decipher what this means for them. Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? Going through and giving them the reason why we put this on our social media account and show them what we're doing to help them navigate the process. We need to solve problems. We need to be inspirational. We need to maybe give them a behind the scenes look of what's happening in the real estate market. We can go live and actually throw out a lot of this content on live. So what would it look like if I were to take the same social piece and set it as a background and actually just have a conversation and just let people know like what is going on in the real estate market and why they should actually care about this infographic that has gone viral, that thousands of real estate agents are just copying and pasting #realtor. What can we do to stand out so we can actually make this information important to them? And then give them exclusive live updates. So let's have fun. Let's take mind share. And when we are saying this is what's going on in the real estate market, this is why you should pay attention. This is why you should care. Haley, did I see you take yourself off mute, or at least move you from a Coke bottle?
Yeah. So I just wanted to say, like, just touch on that. So I think that that's huge. Like, I know myself, I like to just post that kind of stuff, you know, to get my social media like that. But first off, you know, yeah, trying to get those people to even care, but do we even care? Like, do we even understand what that says? I think that's fully like, I just want to, you know, the stuff that I'm putting out there, like, have a good understanding of that too. And I feel like I'm just, you know, copy and pasting it, like you're saying. And so, I guess that's just what I wanted to say is, like, you know, I want to understand the information, and I like want to make sure that, you know, so do they, instead of just like a picture. I don't know.
Yes.
That makes
so
sense.
what?
Sorry.
No, you're good. So I think that what I just heard was right. Like, Charles, how do I go through and how do I even decipher some of this information myself? Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I want to be able to go through and I love the idea, but what do I do? And I think that this is the thing. Why are we posting content out like this on our social medias if we don't even know how to decipher the content ourselves? Right. So as we're going through, I think that we need to say, like, so guess what? We're seeing that there's an uptick in houses. So as a buyer, my message might be like, hey guys, guess what? I know interest is on the raise. And I know that we're seeing that people are going to pay a little bit more per month in their mortgages, right? And right now, what we're doing is, I heard it said by Debbie, and some other people were quoting Debbie the other week, and they were saying, you marry the house and you date the mortgage rate, right? So there are more houses and there is less competition on the market. So if you were on the fence about purchasing a house because of how competitive the market was, there are more homes for sale now. So now is the best time to get in the market and start looking for houses, right? Like, I am just curating a message like that so they actually know like what this information means to them. Guys, there are more fish in the sea for buyers right now, and there's less competition than ever. So let's go start looking at some houses.
Right.
Perfect. So that's what we're talking about, guys. Like the infographics are awesome. They're full of information, but why should someone care? Let's tell a story around these pieces.
Can you talk
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So positive means that we need to be uplifting and that we're not posting messages that are doom and gloom. And I think the neutral piece is that we're not sending a message that it's the wrong time to buy, it's the wrong time to sell. We're saying that we're not taking a position on anything right now. Because I think it's very hard, right? Because not always, I mean, when it's a buyer's market, it is not a great time to be a seller. And when it's a seller's market, it's not time to be a great time to be a buyer. So we just need to be putting out messaging around the market and what it might mean for someone and not go one extreme or the other as we're talking about these different things. You're welcome. So then, guys, this is the thing. Your social media followers are another separate database. All right. So as we're going through this, we have our cell phones, right? And our cell phones have many different people that are attached to them. We have our CRMs with our consumer relationship management tools, and they are another database. And then there are people that live in social media that we need to be communicating a little bit differently to. And then while it is awesome if we could have them all in one place, we know that not everyone likes to be communicated the same way. There are some people that prefer a phone call. There are some people that prefer text message. There are people that prefer emails. There are people that would rather you Facebook message them. And this is the thing, sometimes those people are one and the same, and it depends on what's going on in their journey at that time, then it might make sense to reach out to them on a social media platform versus a phone call or versus face-to-face. And we don't know where they are. So as we're going through, if you are having a text message conversation with someone, I still encourage you to get out there and to drop a message on their Facebook, on their post, to go in and comment, like, do whatever on their social media as well. So I want you to keep in mind that it's okay to be communicating on multiple different platforms. And we need to be making sure that even though there's a conversation happening here with our cell phones, that we are still on their social media communicating with them as well. So personal Facebook direct message script. And this is what it looks like. It's like, hi, it's Charles Coleman. Just want to see how you've been doing. And guys, this is the thing. I don't know if you need to put your name in there because it's going to pop up anyways. And I'm updating my real estate database and I would love to send you something over the holidays. And so guys, I love this script, right? Because multiple different pieces and you can cut and paste as much as you want out of this. But we're in the real estate business. And what that means is that we deal in addresses, right? Like our business has to do with 123 Main Street. And if we don't have an address, a lot of the value that we offer is kind of gone. Yes, I can give you electricians and I can tell you the best ice cream shops to go to. And if you don't know the best ice cream shops, I know that Land Title right now at the time of this recording in class is doing a postcard and social media post for best ice cream shops in Colorado. But we deal in the actual house. And so one of the scripts that I love to do when I'm going through and I'm building up my database is I need to have the address. And I might say something like this, hey, so-and-so, it has been a long time since we've communicated to one another. And one of the things that I want to get more purposeful about this year is actually send some handwritten cards, birthday notes, holidays. And I would love to add you to that list. If you were to send me your address, I would love to actually send you a birthday card, a Thanksgiving, a Happy New Year, a insert holiday here. And so as we're going through this, the most important thing to remember is that if you ask for that information, and that's the way that you ask for it, make sure you send the holiday card, make sure you send the birthday card, right? Like actually go through with it. So if you're going to use this script, which I highly encourage all of you to use this script, when you get their contact information, we actually must follow through. And then the power comes by is now we can do a pop by. Hey, I was in the neighborhood, just wanted to stop by. How are you doing? I can send them a CRM, right? Their home anniversary. Happy home anniversary. You've been in this home for 5 years. The value of your home is now X amount of dollars. Guys, there is so much power to being able to get a lot of this information and to do different things with it. Your second method, right, is the 10-10-5. And this is huge. And I would encourage everyone to look at this. And this is, I'm going to send 10 reactions onto people's stories or posts. I'm going to comment on 10 stories or posts. They could be short ones. They could be awesome, so cute, congratulations, whatever. And then I either need to send 5 shares, right? Like sharing someone's story. They have a big achievement. I'm pushing it out there. I'm celebrating them. Or I might be sending them a personal message through Facebook Messenger, Instagram, whatever that looks like as well. And what's great about this is, guys, the algorithm with social media, with Facebook specifically, it's only pushing 7% of your content out. So you're going to constantly see it's always the same people, right? It's your mom, your best friend from high school, your significant other, right? Those are always the same people that are liking your stuff. And you're like, thanks, mom, for the like again. I super appreciate it, right? And so what we need to do is we need to get into other people's ecosystems. And so if we're purposeful about interacting with other people's stuff, then the algorithm is going to send it to them. The other people will see us, they're going to interact with ours, and then the algorithm will actually start pushing our content out to more people. So the more we engage with the people that are in our ecosystems, the more they will engage with ours, and the algorithm will say people actually care about what I have to say, and they will push it out to more than 7% of the population on our Facebook account. So guys, this is huge. Like, this is one of the things that I would absolutely implement is this 10-10-5. Another thing, and this one is big, and this one is going to be super time consuming, but I promise you will have monstrous return on investment. So this is creating a Facebook list for your sphere of influence. And so when we're going through, right, and we're doing our 10-10-5, maybe we want to do our 10-10-5 and be very purposeful about it and actually interact with people that we haven't had a conversation with, or maybe it's a group of people that we know are close to buying and selling houses. So we can actually go on and create a Facebook list on social media. And this has to be done on your desktop or laptop. You actually cannot do this with your cell phone. So what you do is you log into Facebook and you go to the far left side, and there is the friends list. You click on the friends list and you can actually create custom lists. And you throw the names in that custom list. And the power of this is then I can actually go on and I can sort my Facebook by the list I created. So I can say, show me all the people that are in this list, and it'll pull it up. And guess what, guys? You will be surprised with the people that are in here, because the more you put in, right? And let's say that I'm going through DTD2, and I'll talk about DTD2 here in a moment. But what if I were to create a list of people whose last name was all in, or starts with D? And I'm going through and I pull that list, guys, you're going to be astounded with how many people are actually in that friends list that you kind of forgot about, that you didn't even know that they posted on social media, because Facebook never sent any of that stuff your way because you never interacted with it. And Facebook is an experiential company, and they don't push you information that you're not interacting with. So, for example, we have DTD2. And this is doing the database too. This is from a program called Never Ending Referrals through the MAPS program. And the week that we're on right now is July 4th. So our letters would be A and W. What if we were to go through our Facebook friends list and we were to put everyone in the DTD2 list that is on here and sort everyone A&W, B&E, D&O, HV, CK, FG, right? We're going through and we're building these lists. And then so the week of July 18th rolls around, I pull my Facebook list and the letters are D&O. So those are actually people that have the last name that starts with D and the last name that starts with O. And we're pulling through the list and we're actually commenting, we're liking, we're socializing, we're talking to these people and their post. What that's going to do is that's going to tell the algorithm that we care about them. And guys, guess what? I'm telling you, what you're going to notice is that there are people on that list that you have never seen them and all their posts before, and it's actually going to get you back into rhythm with them. Emily.
Sorry, can you explain the text letter again? I get the D to D2 group, but what's the text letter?
Oh, the text letter. So yeah, what this is actually called the chest move. And this is the further down the DTD2 list. And so what DTD2 really is it is a call and text schedule. So in all reality, I'm actually supposed to be calling my A's and W's. And then after I've called through all my A's and W's, I would actually be texting N's, texting my S's, texting my P's, and working through my list. So that we're actually going through and people are getting doubled up on their touches, and instead of getting through, and so in theory, we would get through all my calls in 1 quarter, and then I would get through half my database every 2 quarters. So they would all receive a text from me. Yeah. And so that's what this breaks down to. And then the chest move is actually where I use this for social media as well. And so all I'm saying is let's take the social media piece and let's put it into DTD2. Yeah, it's super easy. And that's the thing, guys, like this could be buyers. This could be running groups that I'm a part of, bowling leagues that I'm a part of, if I'm a part of the Chamber of Commerce, whatever. And I'm just getting super purposeful about getting on social media and engaging with these people, because while I might not have a phone call conversation or text message or whatever, maybe I just don't even have them in my phone and I don't know their info. The more and more I engage with them, guys, I promise you, as you're putting information out there and becoming that real estate economist of choice, they're going to see your stuff and they're going to be like, oh man, they have always been liking and interacting with my posts. I'm going to ask them about real estate and see if they can help me. Absolutely, you can. That's not too much, because this is the thing. People love it when we're engaging with them on this. And this is the thing. If you're just throwing them a like, if you're commenting on their posts, all these different things, it's not a, hey, how are you doing? Phone call conversation, right? This is more passive to them. It's not confrontational. And people like when they're getting likes, right? Like think about your birthday and you get 100 Facebook happy birthday comments and you're like, yes, right? Like, and that's how you're gauging, like, am I loved by the amount of Facebook likes that you get on your Facebook post? It's the same thing. So post and create stories weekly. So I would challenge everyone to create 1 Facebook story per week, right? And so if we're going through this, we also need to follow the 80-20 rule. So for every time that you post 1 business post, you need to post 4 personal posts as well. Go ahead, Emily.
So talk me through this. You know that I'm good at personal posts, but I don't do a lot of business posts on my personal page.
Yeah. And so I would say this, it doesn't necessarily need to be a how's the market update. It doesn't necessarily need to be, this is what interest rates are doing. This could be you with a client. This could be a day in the life, of behind the scenes selfie, whatever that looks like, of you doing business stuff, hashtag realtor life, right? Like it's just taking mind share that you're a real estate agent and just making sure that they understand I'm a real estate agent. This is my job. This is what I'm doing. And then the other 4 posts, I'm out on the farm, right? Right. Yeah. Haley's over here and like, I know that's Emily. I see those posts. Like, Emily is my farm update. Right. Like, so that's the thing. So it's obviously working. You're going out, you're posting things, people are relating, they know what it is. And then let's also sprinkle in a little bit of real estate life. These are stories, right? And so I'm actually, this is, and guess what? They're actually pushing these things, guys. And so video is actually probably the biggest one. So what does it look like for a quick walk through a house? Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the biggest thing. Like if you can go video, people are rewarding video. Video is the future. They're thinking that Instagram, Facebook, everything will be video driven in the next couple of years. Yes, Emily.
So give me the logistics of videoing while I'm walking through a showing.
One more time, Emily. I'm sorry.
Will I get in trouble for videoing somebody's house while I'm doing a showing?
This is yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you were to ask Haley, Haley's going to say, yes, you will. But this is the thing. I think you need to make sure that it's okay with the listing agent that you go when you steal a shot from the house. And this is the thing. I'm not doing a call to action on 123 Main Street and saying, hey, I'm in this listing, give me a call, and pretending like it's mine. What I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, what I'm doing is maybe I'm going into a model home and I'm stealing a shot of the kitchen, right? And I'm just doing a video with maybe a poll. And do you like this backsplash? Yes or no? Right. And so I'm doing different things like this where I'm stealing a little bit of the shots out of the building. I'm not doing a call to action on, if you like this home, call me and I'll go show it to you. I'm not pretending like it's mine. I'm just taking mind share. You're thinking real estate, you're seeing it on my timeline, and I'm engaging with you. And hopefully I'm getting you to hit yes to the poll or no to the poll. Yeah, I'm not, yeah. Yeah, I'm not mapping out where all the valuables are in their house. Yeah, I can absolutely see a homeowner and agent being frustrated with that. Yeah. So then, guys, as we're going through video, right, we've been talking about video, and video is hugely important. And so we should be going through and doing some listing walkthroughs, some DIY ideas, right? Like we're going through, like these are some of the different things that you should be doing in the house. Like this is a flower bed arrangement, or this is a headboard or shiplap or whatever that you could be doing. Home improvement tips and business spotlight videos, right? And I love business spotlight videos. I'm a huge advocate for promoting these things. Like go into Old Town Arvada, start some relationships with some of these people. Whatever your demographic and your geographical farm is, get your people in front of their people and their people in front of your people, right? And do these spotlight videos where we're talking to people. So pro tip number one is shoot these videos in batches, right? Like pick a day. I was literally watching a video today. I'm a huge Graham Stephan, and he does really finance videos. And so he's a millennial, does finance videos, and he's doing his video and then he cuts over to a sponsorship piece and he's in a different shirt. And then the sponsorship piece ends and he's back in the shirt that he was wearing to begin with. And this is the thing, like he's probably created all of his sponsorship videos where he's talking about them all in a batch, and then he drops them into whatever he's creating that day. So go through and just create a bunch of different videos. It can be in the same clothes and drop it periodically through the month, right? Like you don't have to be like time block. I have 2 hours today to do my video and then to post it. And I got 2 hours the next day. Like just bang them all out, have all your information that you're wanting to drop. Yeah, what would it look like to partner with my home inspector and be like, yeah, yeah, you do not need to be the expert on everything, guys. We have vendor partners that have tons of information. home inspectors, lenders, right? Whatever this looks like, our insurance agent. And as we're having conversations, what does it look like to create the 5 tips from my home insurance agent? What to be looking for at the home inspection, and just partner with these people, because a lot of them own their own businesses, right? And they have no problem. Like, I remember one of the best tips that I have ever gotten from a home inspector was that draining of a kitchen sink. And he says, a lot of times, you know, what happens with the kitchen sinks is they overflow or they start filling up and they're draining slow. And one of the things that you can do to fix that is that it has to do with the grease. People are pouring grease down the trap. He goes, and how to fix that is that you actually go to the refrigerator, the freezer, you get a bunch of ice and you throw the ice down and you run cold water and it actually coagulates. Yes, that word. And all it does is it freezes the grease together and it will flow through the trap. And it's like, you know, that's a huge pro tip. And I wish I got that on camera or asked them to redo it and post it out there. Like, and that's content. I can throw that on TikTok. I can throw it on Instagram. I can throw it on Facebook. I could probably do YouTube. Yeah. What would it look like to create a YouTube channel where I have tips and tricks from my pros? And it's just nothing but a couple short videos, and they can actually just go through and run through all the videos from the tips of the people in your ecosystem. So guys, video is huge, and here's just a couple ideas. One of the other things that we can do is, what if I need to be more structured? I know that I'm talking to some very structured people, and what would it look like just to stay in a method? And the method is actually stay. And it's, I'm going to do a post where I sell my business. I'm going to do a post where I'm teaching you something. I'm going to do a post where I have some advice. And then I have a post of just a picture of me and my family, right? Something that I'm doing. And that's my method. So I have a sell where I'm selling the product. Maybe it's a coming soon video, an open house. Hey, here's my flyer, like whatever. You don't need to get huge with this, just put it out there. Then I go into the teach, and it might be something about a market update, a staging tip, right? This is where I might be lending on my vendors. Then advice, right? Like it can be simple as, guys, this is the book that I'm listening to. This is the book that I'm reading right now. This is the YouTube channel that I am watching, that I'm getting benefit out of. My favorite coffee shop. And then the you, right? This is anything just going on in your world. I'm posting it out there. And so you could actually just use this. Am I selling, teaching, giving advice, or am I talking about me? Going all the way through here. So then the 6 ways to turn your likes into commissions, right? So as we're going through here, let's always have a link, right? Like I need to have a link to maybe my Linktree account, right? Especially when we start thinking about Instagram. If we're doing everything on Instagram, Instagram only has one space for a link. So might as well make it a link that has a link to multiple links. So I'm a huge advocate for Linktree. Always ask for feedback in the post, right? So if I'm posting something and maybe it's a how-to video, or it's advice from the pros, maybe I'm going to go, guys, in the comments, let me know what you thought of this, and let me know what you want to see next, right? Because your people, the people that are watching, the people that you're engaging with, your audience is going to tell you what they want to see. Give the people what they want, right? Just put it out there. Be welcoming, right? And encouraging to people, right? Like as we're going through, be thanking them and be encouraging of their questions, and let people know that it's okay to ask us questions. Like we want as many questions as possible. It helps us with our content. And like I said, this is about our audience, and right, it's us providing it and us putting it out there, but it's for our people, not for us. And then going through and just promoting and creating these lead magnets, right? Like as we're going through here, do we have a landing page that we want them to go through? And if we are doing an open house or a need more information, are we sending them to a place where we can actually collect info from them to get them more information, whether it's an email, maybe it's a phone call down the road? Like, are we dropping in landing pages in different pieces? And then our call to action when it's appropriate, right? So maybe it is a, give me a call today for your chance to be entered into a raffle, right? Like, What is your call to action? Come see me at my open house this weekend. Come see me at the coffee shop. I'll be with my lender partner. We're answering any questions from this time. Those are call to actions, right? And then any FAQs, any questions that you guys are getting on a daily basis, I would record a video of them, right? I would say, hey, I get this question a lot. I'm going to use that for content. I'm going to put that out there. And I'm going to do different pieces surrounding the FAQs, because if one person has them, multiple people have them. And guys, just back to the Linktree piece, this is what an example of my Linktree looks like. And obviously mine's a little bit different than yours because mine is not consumer facing for real estate purposes. But mine is really, I have a QR barcode. It's on the back of my business cards. They scan it. It goes to my Linktree account, which it's also in my email signature, and it's clickable. And it really goes through. It has my contact card. It has my YouTube channels. It has all my social media, and it goes to anything and everything that I am trying to promote. So guys, I hope that was helpful. What, if anything, questions do we have around social media that we want to talk about, mastermind around, or clear anything up? Emily, I saw your camera come back on, I'm assuming.
No, I don't have anything that I can think of right this second. I just wanted to give you a human here with you, Charles.
Perfect. I got some humans in the room. I just don't have the camera on. So all you do is see me.
I have a quick question. I was just on a quick call, so I kind of missed it, but how do you get the QR code like that you link all your information to?
Yeah, so this is actually a Linktree QR barcode. So if you have a Linktree account, it actually promotes this. It actually creates the QR barcode for you. Now, this is the thing. Maybe you want to promote a website or something else with a QR barcode. If you go through Chrome, and at the very top by the URL, there's a square with an arrow. If you click it, it actually has the ability to create it into a QR barcode. So Google will actually do it for you as well.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks.
You're welcome. Canva does it. Yep, you can put it into Canva if you're Canva. So a lot of people are using these QR barcodes, which I think is huge. So I would absolutely use a QR barcode, and just keep in mind that for the most part, if it's on your email signature, it's probably not going to work 100% because people are probably already on here, and how do they scan it? But this QR barcode, at least on my Canva or on my email signature, it's clickable. So they can actually click it and it opens up a link. So just keep that in mind as well. What else are we thinking, guys? What other things can we clean up or talk about? Perfect. Well, that works. Well, that's okay. Well, at the time of this recording, for those that are watching it later down the road, or the people that are actually on live right now, in 2 weeks' time, we will be doing a Q&A with Nikki and Amanda on how they have dominated Candelas and created this geographical farm. So 2 weeks from now, which will be on a Tuesday. So no, July. So July, I think it's like the 22nd or something, we will be doing a how to dominate a geographical farm, where we'll be asking them questions. We'll go through their process. And keep in mind, these are 2 agents that in 4 years' time, they have taken the #1 market share in a neighborhood. So hopefully today's class was helpful. Hopefully that class will be helpful as well. If there's anything that I could do for you, send me a text message or scan the QR barcode and jump on my calendar. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks.